Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa Land.
We're all so excited.
We are.
We are, because Syd Wilder is in the house. The doctor, just kidding. The comedian.
I'm the doctor.
My jokes are not as funny as yours.
No, I think it was pretty good.
Okay, I tried.
No, girl, you
it's all
landed.
about the timing.
It is. It is.
Damn.
Right.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show.
It's hashtag Friday Feels, and it's all about bringing some passion, some wild into the house. And so you're definitely bringing that all the way through your modeling on Maxim to all your funny skits and all the stuff. Tell us everything.
Funny or Die.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys Googled me for like 1 whole minute, right?
Yeah.
1 whole minute. Right before the interview, you're like, wait a minute, what is this
Yeah,
naked
yeah,
photo? Okay, wait, oh, Funny or Die, great, awesome. So, anyway, Friday Feels. No, so I have over 60 million online views. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I studied comedy at Second City, studied the writing program there, graduated. I did the Groundlings, UCB, so I'm and stand-up, of course, obviously. So right now I'm just launching my podcast, which is called Girl Interrupted. It actually comes out my birthday next month, and I'm stock loading a bunch of episodes that I'm really excited about, which I came here to promote.
When's your birthday?
September 26th.
Oh,
When's yours?
Virgo, 19th.
So you're a holiday hookup baby.
What does that mean?
Like your parents hooked up over the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
Different idea about that, didn't you? Yeah.
That's like a lot of birthdays are happening right now. Like Valentine's Day is like December. So like, there's a lot of, it's like birthday season.
I heard September 30th is the most likely, the most birthdays that day.
All I know is I have to share with a lot of people. If I want to have a real birthday party, I need to start planning now. And I don't care anymore. But like when it mattered, it's like the older you get, you're just like, okay. It's like, I don't want to, I'm just glad Google lies about how old I am. Whatever, it's fine.
For sure. There's at least 5 different ages on Google for me. I'm like, well, that's not true, and I'm not married. And I don't, where did they get
You're
all this
not
information?
married?
No, Google
Thank
lies,
God.
Right? Right? No, but I really want to talk about your podcast, Girl Interrupted, because I think it's so incredible that, one, you use your voice for comedy, too.
Yeah.
Your experience as a childhood model and all of this.
I
but
really wasn't a childhood model. I was just a fat kid that looked like a boy. But I tell everyone I was more than a year.
What do you love about living in Los Angeles?
Well, there's things to love and hate. So the thing I love, to stay positive, I love that there's so many opportunities and so many different types of people. And you can be exposed to so many different cultures and environments. And like you go to one side of town, like Silver Lake, and then you go to West Hollywood, and then I live in the Valley. So like I like the Valley, and I kind of grew up in the Valley. So I don't know, there's just a lot of different things that you can access. And if you want to do something, everyone's an artist. Everyone's out here doing something. I mean, they don't really have real jobs.
Right.
But they're at least trying on Instagram.
So
Yeah, exactly.
So Friday's all about dating, love, and relationships. So tell us about what your viewpoint is on all of it.
Well, I think all guys are liars.
There you go. That's a good start. That's a good start right there. Yeah.
And I looked right at you when I said that. I have no fear.
I'm sure that relationship life will go well. If you go in with that thought, I'm sure that the rest of the relationship will unfold very beautifully.
That is why I'm going through a beautiful divorce.
Yeah. Are you?
No, well, not beautiful,
Yeah.
but I was married 2 years, and I was, I'm going through a divorce 3 years now. But it's a positive story because I'm learning a lot about myself through this experience. I'm trying to find the silver lining. Don't make that face.
It's like that Macklemore. No, but Macklemore has that lyric, "You were the light for me to see my truth," right? So sometimes it really does, all too cliche, take a breakup for you to really reflect and learn about yourself and grow.
It does.
Right?
Or you can just look at all your exes and go, wow, those are my mental illnesses. No,
and then post another super sexy picture on Instagram, hope they see it and think, damn, I missed out.
You know what? I used to be like, okay, I want to do like a fun, like hot photo. Now I just don't care. And I'm just like, okay, what's like my message? Like, what do I actually want to say?
Is that what you learned, would you say, through these relationships?
No, I think I learned that I had a lot, because I got married. Okay, do you guys really want to know? Because this is like deep. Okay. Yeah. So my grandfather was like, my dad died, and I was like really sudden and really fast. And 3 weeks later, my stepfather killed himself, and I was, there, and it was like really hard. So, and then my best friend died, but he was my boyfriend when I was 17, and so we broke up, and then he died in 15. But we broke up, and a month later, I met my husband, and then 4 months later, I got married. So it was like I just wanted love. I was at a really vulnerable place, and I learned a lot about narcissists, which is the lesson that I learned. I didn't know that was a thing until after I got divorced, and so I was kind of like love bombed, and I fell into that. Oh my gosh! And of course, you know, I was like really young. Like I was 23, my brain wasn't fully developed. I shouldn't be making big life decisions at 23 like that. Kind of not a great idea. Looking back, I was like, Mom, why didn't you say something? I was like, oh yeah, she was going through it too. But my wedding's a really funny story actually, because like my husband was older and my dad's, you know, obviously older. And my dad's like, this is like a totally different thing, but it's just like a funny joke to me. My dad's like, I'm not gonna, he looked at my husband, and my mom was not ready to see my dad at that point. She hadn't seen him in like 14 years. It was really funny. I was like, basically had to walk her down the aisle. I was like, Mom, get it together. And she just like wasn't there. My dad's like, I'm not gonna call you a brother-in-law. I'm gonna call you a brother in Christ. You know, because my dad uses Jesus to cover up like how horrible of a person he is. Well, no, he just likes to like say that to people, so like he doesn't know. Like he says that he's a pastor, so like people don't know how much money he has. You know? so I know it's like really dark and funny. So that's like, you know, kind of the depth. That's why it's Girl Interrupted. Yeah. So that's the story I learned. Digest all of it. Enjoy.
And is the title of the podcast, is it an allusion to the actual movie?
Yeah, Interrupted, because I'm on Instagram. It's like a play on words.
Interrupted.
Yeah, Interrupted.
Instead of Interrupted, because there's the movie. Yeah.
So what is your mission with your podcast?
Basically, I'm a mess. And I'm okay with being a mess. And people's lives fall apart. You come back together. Life isn't perfect. No one really knows the real me. They just know what they see on Instagram. And I've built this following on such a false image that's not really who I am. I have a lot of different layers to me. People don't know, you know, things that have happened, how I've overcome things. And I just think it's important to spread that message to people and, you know, let them know it's okay. It's okay to be a mess. It's okay to not be okay. It's it's
okay to be divorced. Or what I learned from a narcissist is to have these real conversations, because people are over just the Insta face and they want to have the real heart.
Yes.
So thank you for doing that and breaking that mold. I really do.
I'm trying.
Respect that.
The more you hear, like once you hear it, you'll understand. Like it's really well thought out. But right now it's still a production. I'm really excited about like putting it all together. But there's a lot more to me than Syd, the Instagram model, or the Maxim model, or whatever the hell you see online of me not wearing that much clothes.
One of my favorite quotes is by a woman named Elizabeth Kubler-Ross.
Okay.
She essentially says that beautiful people don't just happen, that the most beautiful people that we know are folks that have gone through the most tragedy, they've had the most trials and sort of trouble in life, and they've developed a deep sensitivity to life, to other people, and to themselves.
Absolutely.
And so I just love that you're sharing that.
Thank you.
Yes, through your life, through your podcast.
I feel like I just looked at your Instagram when you said that.
You did. You saw my entire Instagram.
I know. I looked at it before I came on. I was like, okay, he's got the quote. That's a very beautiful quote. That's definitely what I'm striving for. No, I looked at everyone's Instagram. Yeah. I stalked all of you. That's actually another thing I learned. I learned how to be a really good stalker.
Where can people find you?
You can find me at Syd Wilder.
Okay, go. We're
on Instagram.
To watching your journey, because I have a feeling there's going to be this beautiful thing of watching you from here and watching your growth, and it's going to be fun to watch that for sure.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Girl Interrupted. We'll be back with more on Good Morning LaLa, and stay tuned.